Alright folks, welcome to another league with Green-White Reclaimer in Modern. Trying out a couple of new cards. I mean, I guess this is no one that we're trying out. I just think that maybe right now might be the time for Collector Oof. Multiple cards that it stops, including Belcher, including some cards from Tron like Oblivion Stone and stuff. So maybe it's time for Collector Oof to find its place in the sideboard. The other one is Spirit of the Labyrinth. This is one that I have been enjoying a lot in Legacy, to the point where I am considering running mainboard copies of this card. So definitely interested to try to see the impact a card like this would have in Modern. So yeah, let's see what happens. It being a 3-1 makes me not so excited to bring it in against Ren and 6 decks, but against every other control deck it might be impactful, and then of course against all of the combo decks. Which is the main reason to, you know, play the card in the first place. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna go with Temple Guardian on 1. We don't know what we're playing against. But we can always play the Valakut tapped on 2. And reward it. Because my opponent's playing Arithmesia deck. Uh-oh. So probably Arbiter deck. Maybe not so rewarded, huh? I think I'm gonna Cavern of Souls, naming Giant. And I'm not gonna play around Arbiter this turn, mostly because we don't really have to. Just spoil the decent card. Giver of Runes. Can we please draw a Blast Zone? Can we please draw a Blast Zone? Blast Zone. Should have said that louder. I think I'm gonna... I guess I'm gonna Bog then. I'm gonna sack the Bog. It's the worst land here because it just doesn't cast anything. Dear opponent, could you please not Arbiter me? Thank you. Yours, Fran. Oh, sweet. They're playing another deck. Oh, they're playing the Heliod deck. Alright. This is probably a significantly better matchup for us. Field Blast Zone. Could have gotten double field, but I think that getting Blast Zone is kind of important. We're probably gonna just crack the Blast Zone on 1. Let's look at this card. Sorrow of Realm Eater. 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever a permanent opponent control is put into graveyard from the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter. Okay. Beginning of your upkeep, if yourself has 1 or more +1/+1 counters, then you may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent to convert them cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. So it's a sweeper. It's a sweeper that feeds off of sweeper. It's like a Pernicious Deed. It's like a harder to feed Pernicious Deed, I guess, would be a way to describe it. Heliod is a creature, I guess, so it would trigger Oreo Champion. That's cute. So I'm just hoping they don't have Ballista. That sucks. So they do have Ballista. So now I have to draw Dryad or Call. Dryad or Call. Path to Exile. Yeah, that one, I guess that one also counts. So we sack 1, 2, 3. This blows up Giver and it blows up Vial. Hinete is rushed, thank you for the follow. Oh, did I just fuck up? I had to path this? No, but I couldn't, right? Because if I did that... No, with the trigger of the stack, I should have path Heliod. I guess that it doesn't do anything because they can just ping Ballista the Thalia, so... Because my opponent's going to gain a shit ton of life here, right? But I only have one removal spell. Am I supposed to, like, not fetch with prime time? That can't be correct. Oh, I guess that this resolve 1 by 1. That kind of sucks. Yeah, because like this just kills me, right? Yeah, I really fucked up. Like whenever my opponent used the Giver to give this protection, I had to path the Heliod right then and there. Like this is just such a bad case scenario for us. Like our opponent is at 1,000,000 life, and yeah, this is just, that was just a bad mistake on my part. Such a bad mistake on my part. So now they are going to block here. Yeah, they blocked the other one. Yeah, this was just so bad. All around terrible. So now they have good blocks. What a mess. What a mess. And we still die to land plus ballista. Yeah, this could have been so easily this could have been so easily fixed. Nah, I fucked up. That's it, 2-turn clock now. Dryad, please. Dryad. Yeah, I threw this game away so badly. Like, if we just pass the Heliod, I don't think that we can ever lose that game. Like, we just overpower their life gain with our zombies. What an idiot. I didn't stop to think about that. That sucks. Anyway, apparition's great. This is fine. Limbala's great. They could have a Magus of the Moon post board. That's something that these lists often play. So we probably want to watch out for that. Man, it feels bad to throw a game like that. I didn't stop to think that the Heliod was going to not be a creature anymore, basically. Interesting count. I think I'm gonna keep it. It might be a disaster. Also, no, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to, like, if I find a green source, I'm going to explore instead of calling anyway, so. Yeah. They got my goose. It's pretty nice, actually. 1, 2, 3. We Dryad, then we Reclaimer. Even if my opponent has Magus, we don't really care. And with any land, and we have Florahedron. No, we don't have Florahedron. All right. This is something that we talked about with Will on this week's episode of the podcast, where he also told me that he was siding out Florahedron in some matchups, and he was starting to think that there is the possibility that that should just not happen, basically. And that Florahedron should basically always be in the deck. Huh, interesting. Going after the Dryad instead of the Reclaimer. They might also have Boils, so that's something that I have to watch out for. So we definitely gotta be careful with that. There's also Mind Sensor, which they might have. Or just Infinite Apparitions. Feels like I should have won that first game. Although maybe they just had another Heliod in hand and nothing that I did would have mattered, but who knows. Opponent really struggling to make up their mind. Ranger Captain of Eos. Giant Killer. Okay. Just get a basic planes to play around. Magus. Just pass the turn. There's the possibility I should be main facing to play around Mind Sensor. Because they have Giver, so Mind Sensor kind of wrecks us. See if they have the Mind Sensor. Seems like they don't. So I guess they have Path to Exile. So we want to hold on to this. Let's see who blinks first. So we can't die from here. Boom. That one. Kill that one. And that one. And that one. So now the path resolves. Find Snow Copper Forest. Now this resolves. We get another forest. And let's sack one of these forests for a field. I think we're in a good spot now. Cool. For another Dryad. Opponent packs it in. Alright, sweet. So we're talking about Florahedron coming back in. What if we cut Titan? Maybe cutting Nicole is more correct. I don't know. Like, it feels like there's just so many freaking ways that we can take things every single time. Love this deck. Yeah, Arbiter. Deck's great. Deck is freaking amazing. One of most 6. They play Magus and Boyle, but no Mind Sensor. Sure, good to know. Terrible draw. Still getting Flagstones because of Spring Bloom. But that's definitely good for them, obviously. That's a good attack because like they don't have anything that's worth protecting basically. So since they have nothing that's worth protecting, then might as well get the 1 point in, you know. Should I have gotten a basic here? Maybe I should have gotten a basic because of Magus. That's a great sign for me. Ario champion. So they probably have an answer to this, but I'd probably another operation, Path to Exile, but it is Path. Oh no, they're cycling. And now they can't cast a Path? I don't understand why my opponent has Thalia in their deck. Like, this is a deck that used to play. This is a deck that used to play Thalia in the past. Like, that's how bad Thalia is against us. Like, we would be okay playing it. So I think I want to play around Boyle. So I'm just going to pass here. These fetch lands allow me to kill my own dude if I need to. They found the Magus. Too late. Just gonna play the 1/1 to play around my opponent having a path for one of these so that my opponent can't attack. Maybe it's better to hold as a land. The thing is, I don't think I care too much about the land because, like, if we find an answer in either a path or apparition or call for that matter, like if we find an answer to this, like this is just gonna be enough to win. I don't think we're gonna need the extra land drop. Another Dryad. I guess if we do that, we get got by Boyle, so let's just chill. Ballista. Call, apparition, prime time. I guess primetime can start getting in there, unless my opponent plays like a Heliod or something. We really have to dodge Heliod though. Oh man, we have so much removal and we're so close. We're so close right here. What's changed in the meta so you consider Oof in the sideboard? That's a good question. Mostly it's the fact that Oof it's pretty good against this kind of deck, for example. Yeah, that's not it. Oof does some good stuff against this kind of deck. It also is pretty solid against like Ad Nauseam and decks like that. And Tron, Belcher. Like, it's cool. Like, Oof actually covers a lot of aces, I think. That's not great, but it's not the worst either. Yeah, we don't have good attacks, so I guess we have to pass. That really sucks. That really sucks. Now with Double Giver, oh, man, we had so many turns to find an answer. God damn it. Maybe I should have started attacking earlier. The problem is that if my opponent calls the bluff, then like we just lose, right? We are down to 7 as well. So they're gonna have Giant Killer here. Okay, let's draw an answer, please. Please, let's draw an answer here. If we draw an answer here, we actually get to potentially win. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Because basically this is a forced attack, right? Because I know that my opponent has the answer in hand. So because this is a forced attack, my opponent is incentivized to block. To block and protect because it's a forced attack, so we can punish. We could have punished them if they did find. Or maybe they just take the trade. Just take the trade. Alright. Alright, so we're not playing against around anything else. We're just jamming everything that we got because the door is basically closing on us. We are gonna need 3 removal spells. Actually, that doesn't even do it. 3 removal spells doesn't even do it. I guess I would need like path into operation, or like path, or something like that. But the removal spells need to be path to exile. They cannot be. So we attack with everything. They block with this and they trade. They block with this and get protection, and then they take. I guess the ones they can block here. Man, all of these turns. That's so demoralizing. Yeah, we're just dead now. So that's 5. They can only pump 1 more. Oh, we just don't even have attacks. Brutal. Nestlix Prem Clock Giant. I tried the Giant and it wasn't very good. It was just like a little bit too slow for my taste. Give her such an insane card. I mean, not really, right? Like, it's just that we didn't find in a removal spell. Like, if we had found any removal spell in time, we were fine. Like, we were drawing towards 4 Heliod Skull. Yeah, we were not getting there. We were drawing towards 4 Heliod Skull. The Explorers were redraws. And 4 calls, 2 apparitions, 4 path. So we had 10 draws. That would have won us the game over... How many turns? Like, I guess Limbala even would have been fine because Limbala means that we don't die and we get to clock in the air. So even Limbala would have been fine. So that's 11. That's 11 draws that we have. But yeah, any of those cards would have just won us the game on the spot. Sad. Pretty sad. Handbammer, brand new subscriber with the Prime. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Handbammer, that's a great name, by the way. Can we draw Flagstones off the top? Can we please draw Flagstones off the top? If we had another fetch land, I would play Windsweep Heath on one. Maybe it's still correct for us to do that. So the reasoning for leading on Windsweep Heath is that if we find another fetch land, Reclaimer becomes a 3/4 on turn 2, which gets it out of most removal. I guess not most removal, but like it's an increased amount of removal. What land did you cut for the second castle? A green-white cycle? Yeah. I ended up cutting that one. Marsh Flats. Basic Swamp. Blood Chief's Thirst. I am intrigued. Flagstones of Trocair. Is this Pox? Stoneforge Mystic. Shuka 325, thank you for the follow. I guess we're not playing against Pox. Stone Pox. That's funny. Stone Pox. I'll path this in response to a discard spell, but I won't path it. I won't path it otherwise. Pretty unfortunate set of draws. We had 2 draw steps, 2 lands that we already had a copy of. Which is literally the worst possible draws right now. Lingering Souls is what my opponent's casting. Titan? How about no? Just Mardu Stoneblade. Flagstone seems pretty bad here, unless they're playing like Boom Bust or something. They don't play Batter Skull. So they don't play like the main reason to be playing Stoneforge Mystic. That is an interesting take. Do they just assume that they're always... Wow, they are actually playing Smallpox. That's insane. Titan, please. No value of Lingering Souls from you, opponent. Ha! We got him, Chad. We got him. I mean, if we draw literally nothing, maybe we lose. It's not looking good so far. We've drawn a land every single turn. Every single turn. We have had 5 draw steps. Every single one of them has been a land. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. 6 draw steps, 6 lands. Feels flood, man. I'm just gonna concede. Like we could draw exactly Path to Exile, but like what? Whatever. Let's just move on. Okay, so Oof sounds good. Night of Autumn, Apparition, Excavator. I guess my opponent's playing Smallpox, so it makes sense. Path to Exile seems very bad against my opponent's Lingering Souls deck. Censor? I probably don't want to play Mind Censor, no. They might have Ashiok. They might have Ashiok. So that's something to take into consideration. Let's bring in 1 Purge. Just to have like an out, you know? Oh yeah. Oh, now all of you guys show up to the party? God damn it. Can't catch a break here. Turn 1 Flagstones. I'm just gonna call for Druid. Oh yes. Woodwater Pox. Yeah, I know. Those were the times. I think I'm getting Druid, right? Sets up Titan. This is bad against Ashiok specifically. Discarding Bloodghast. Hell yeah. I wonder if they have Surgical. Also, I love how good Springbloom Druid is against my opponent's Smallpox plan. Oh yeah, triple Flagstones, love to see it. Two options here. We can play around discard spells, which probably my opponent has more than removal spells. Because we can call for a Reclaimer and play it right now. Or call for Raminap. I think I want to call for Reclaimer. It's just a lot better against like another Thoughtseize or something like that. It's even good against Smallpox. Because we're not discarding anything. It's bad against Wrath, bad against Push. bad against a number of things, but now my top decks are like a bunch of top decks that are just gas. We're drawing towards 3 prime times, 2 calls, more reclaimers, 3 reclaimers. The other alternative was to like hold cards in hand, but I don't think I want to do that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Are they playing Boyle or something? Should I be worried about Boyle here? Mind sensor. Or just a scoop. All right. Should we have removal for mind sensor? My opponent's deck does not seem very good. Do we really need Knight of Autumn there? Our opponent is playing multiple pieces of equipment, and sort of Feast and Famine kind of kills us by itself. So yeah, I would say yes. Not a good hand. Kind of not a good hand either, but I'm gonna keep this one. I guess that's something I need to worry about. I think I'm just gonna ship the oof and just make my land drops. It's gonna be the name of the game. Is this a rabbit? Is this a rat? What is it? It's a mouse. Good to know. I guess. Maybe relevant information. I didn't say this was a great plan. I just said that this was the plan. Liliana. Doesn't surprise me too much they're playing Lily. Damn, their deck is really bad. But we literally cannot draw anything. Like, we have had 4 draw steps and every single one has been a land. I have not seen a spell. Vesuva copy Flagstones was not a plan. Maybe? I mean, it doesn't seem great. Wow, they didn't do anything? I could call for Reclaimer, but I think it's better to just pass. They have the Discard spell. Flashback, Lingering Souls. Are we about to get shadowed out? Is that what's gonna happen? Don't shadow out me, bro. Can we draw land, please? Oh, now we draw the spells. Of course. What's up, Halix? How's it going? Here comes the smallpox. Oh, there's the boil. Yeah. Everybody and their mom plays boil. Flagstones? We don't have enough time, right? Yeah, we don't have enough time. But I do respect bringing in, like, if you're playing a bad deck like that one, basically a deck that under normal circumstances can kind of never beat us. Like, we only lost game 1 because we literally had 6 draw step, and every single one of those draw step was a land, right? Like, if we play any kind of normal game, like, that deck has a 0% chance of beating us. So I do think that it's correct for that kind of deck specifically to bring boil against us. I'd rather bottom the Temple Garden. So I do think that that was correct from them. Gonna have to play Bono's Charm to combat the boils. That's some next level shit right there. What is this? Swift Spear. With Mishra's Vowel. Makes me so happy that Yield Until End Step is back. Also, my opponent cracked the bubble for literally no reason. But that's okay. That's a good drop. So when are we able to Titan 4? Just gonna have to hope that they don't have the turn 3 Blood Moon. Sacred Ground. Sacred Ground doesn't draw a card, does it? Nah, it doesn't. That sucks. I guess even if he drew a card, I wouldn't play Sacred Ground. Seems like a little bit too much. But it might be worth considering a little bit more. Definitely blocking here. We're gonna get mooned. Oh. We're not? Why would they not dart the Stringbloom Druid if they're not gonna cast the Blood Moon? Kind of makes no sense. So it's probably safe to assume that my opponent has Revelers, but if they're spending their turn casting a Reveler, that means that we win, so I'm not too interested in bogging them. Bold Face. Okay. Another Bolt. Okay. This is starting to get scary now. They have the Reveler. Metamorphose. Just don't top deck the Reveler, okay? Just don't do it. You have to be kidding me! You have to be kidding me! That's their top deck! That's their top deck! They literally top deck the Reveler! Not only that, but Reveler would have been 5 mana, so they metamorphosed into Reveler so that it only costs them 2. That is insane. That is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, man. Wow. That's impressive. Okay, cool. That was pretty amazing, actually. That was pretty amazing. Wait, what? That's kind of a pretty bad attack. Like they wanna not be there in the crackback, but they also can't really set up lethal. And I'm gonna have lethal over 2 turns regardless. Okay. Weird timing for that. So I guess now we can play around two things. We can play around Reveler or we can play around double Lightning Bolt. I think it's better for us to play around double Lightning Bolt, so we're just gonna get Vesua plus a bounce land. So with only 3 mana, even if they have second Reveler, I don't really care because they can't set up lethal. So it's definitely correct for me to play around double Bolt rather than playing around another Reveler. That guy doesn't do anything. And that guy also doesn't do anything. Okay. Vicious Bubble. I'm not sure I like this card in this kind of deck. Like, it doesn't feed your Reveler and the delayed... Yes. The delayed draw is kind of a pretty steep cost. Okay, give me those Purges. Eidolon, Apparition, Night of Autumn. Ghost Squatter. Been cut in Reclaimers, which again I'm not too excited about if I'm being honest. Wow. This really are some heinous hands. Heinous? Heinous. Bad hands. What's for lunch? It's a little bit of what I ate the other day. Just some pasta with some meatballs. Turkey meatballs. They're actually very good. Yeah, well, the pasta is pasta, right? Like, how bad can it really be? How bad can pasta be? Just like pizza. High floor food, exactly. Both are terrible with pineapples. Tell us how you really feel, Magnus. From Italy, when you go in other country, can be deadly for it. That's fair, Baleful Strix. That's pretty fair, actually. I did go to Italy, and yeah, I would have to agree with you. People who put pineapple on pizza have no souls and probably play Tron. I don't know about that second part, but the first one is probably somewhat true in it is at least somewhat true. Damn. Like, this was already lethal, and they're just like, yeah, I totally gotcha. You're so dead. I mean, I think they just have a rebel there, but... They play balance. Yeah, that sounds about right. Damn it. Balance players. Can I have a bog, please? Field of the Dead. So... we're gonna get a zombie, I guess, next turn. Stomp your face. On Reveler. Oh, they can't Reveler. Ha! Ha! Got him. Well, we're calling here. That's the easy part. What are we calling for? I think we call for Druid, actually. I think so. I actually made a mistake because I could have drawn exactly Castle Garenbrig, and if I had drawn exactly Castle, then getting Titan might have been better. So we sack that, get a forest, and the lanes. Now we get our zombie. They might have a Reveler, which would kind of suck. Titan of Castle, if we call the castle was our top deck, but I played the field on the previous turn instead of playing the other Temple Garden, so I couldn't activate the castle. That's the point that I was making. I could have played around top decking exactly Castle, but I didn't. Titan, please. Yeah, Lavadar to kill the Spring Bloom. So we're not looking good. We can hang in there if they don't have more removal. Like if they're flooded, maybe we have a shot, but... yeah, that's a good one for them. Oh, they have light up the stage. Gross. 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 And they even sequenced pretty poorly, but it just doesn't matter. Actually, well, we have 4 blockers, so... yep. My opponent's out there giving me a chance. Nobody hates Titan decks. Well, at least in the chat, nobody hates Titan decks. Yeah, that's true. Rather play against Mono Red Prison, Tron, Mill, and Neoform simultaneously than Lantern. Yeah, Lantern was a tough one. But I think that there was a lot of skill in play. I personally enjoyed playing the Lantern matchup. I know that I'm in the minority there. I am very well aware with the fact that I'm amongst the minority there. But I do think that there was a ton of play to the Lantern matchup. At least from the Amulet side. Like I enjoyed playing that matchup. I wasn't upset to see Lantern on the other side of the table. The problem was playing against the bad Lantern player, like somebody that plays very slowly. But playing against a good Lantern player could be a lot of fun. My dead opponent. You drew another Lava Dart into light up the stage or crash through. Is this actually lethal? Yes, it is, right? Because we go down to 1. Yeah. Wow. Wow, and they just continue making mistake after mistake and it just doesn't matter. I don't think people hate Nickfit. Yeah, I mean, Jund is difficult to hate too. Like, how can you really hate Jund, right? Or it's just a fair deck. Can't really hate on Jund too much. Keep, bottom that. Pass. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the equivalent of playing against a bad Miracles player. You can really see the difference between the good Miracles player. Like watching Joe Lossett play, for example, or Anurag, it was always like a delight. And then when you see somebody that's like looking at their cards and it's just like, yeah, that's just not fun. Interesting. I think I'm gonna be exploring anyway. Gives me more options. When Sprouting Thrynax was good enough. Those were the times. R. Santos with the Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Presente em yellow aqui. Obrigado. Sprouting Thrynax still sees play as a one-off in Yawgmoth decks. Does it? Sure. At this point, it's fair to say that my opponent might be new to the game. Yeah, I've never seen any young moth either. Sure. Then I have to pass the Bone Crusher. Can we draw anything before we die? Is the question. Literally anything. Any spell that does like stuff, you know? I mean, it's not about playing. It's not about playing quickly. My opponent, they had 3 mana and they main phase 1 played the giant, right? While a more experienced player would know that it's strictly correct for them to attack. Like, I can't really afford to block because my opponent can just bolt my Eidolon and then I'm just in trouble. So with that being the case, you have to attack, which is free because my dude is a 1. It's a 1/4, only 1 power. So it's not about playing fast. It's about like playing clean, right? Let's play a Temple Garden. I guess I'm going down to 5. Like at this point at 5 and 6, like it's the difference between dying to bolt. I think I'm just dead. Like I just drew blanks for way too long. Yeah, we're just gonna bolt us and oh, okay. Maybe not. I don't want doing a lot of work. These are just a couple too many blanks though, which is unfortunate. There are a lot of blanks for my opponent as well. Like this Eidolon is doing insane amounts of work here. Yeah, this is not a good attack at all. Block, 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 block. All that matters at this point is for my opponent to draw enough burn before I die. And like I just keep drawing nothing, so it becomes more and more likely. And it makes me sad. Our clock is also super slow. Even lands at this point would have been better than this. I guess I have to be careful with what I wish, because I might get it. So Primeval Titan, draw a Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan. Yeah, Eidolon has been insane, but like I'm still dead. Yeah, like I'm just dead to so many things anyway, right? Like Eidolon gave me like a million draw steps, but the deck just didn't give me anything from those draw steps, right? So even though like Eidolon just gave me infinite time, it just didn't matter. Yeah, exactly. It just didn't matter because like we just drew blanks after blanks after blanks after blanks. It's really frustrating, man. Feels like I just can't win with anything. I just can't win with anything. Like that game we played earlier against Mono Red, where I had 6 draw steps. Like I mulliganed to 6, and I had 3 spells, 3 lands, and then I had 6 draw steps, and I drew a land every single draw step. Just so discouraging. I wonder if I should just like be trying to play different decks, you know? Bad variance. Yeah, Kevin, but like it's bad variance one time and then the next time. And at one point you start to figure out, okay, what can I do? Well, you can play cantrips. So at that point I start to think whether I should be playing a deck with cantrips instead of playing a deck like this. You know what I'm saying? Sounds good. This sounds good. For Veil of Summer mainboard those cantrips, exactly. Don't leave us, friend. We'll always know you're a true friend. I know, but it just gets to a point where you just have to start figuring out, okay, do I want to like start winning, or do I want to like play the deck that I enjoy, you know? Like, do I enjoy playing Uro? No, I don't. Like, I think that Uro is a card that I really, really wish that it had never existed. But would I rather just like keep on losing, right? Like there's a limit to how much losing I can take. There's a limit to how much losing I can take before I start going nuts. And right now, like literally my PP count, I think it's the lowest it has ever been, like since I started streaming. We call for Valakut, next turn we Dryad. Yeah, this is fine. Clearly there's no limit on losing to the opponent. Yeah, I mean, this might become a winning stream. That's another thing that I started to notice. I have started to notice my numbers wane when I'm streaming. And when I think about, okay, what are other people that on the other hand are going up in numbers in terms of streaming are doing, and I see players like Doomwake, for example. Doomwake is a great player, obviously. Like, that is a big part of it, but at the same time, what is he doing? Well, he's all the time he's just playing competitive decks. He's just playing tier 1 decks, except when he does like the meme stream, and when he does the meme streams like with dono lists and stuff, his numbers go down. So at that point it just feels like I should probably start playing competitive decks from a number standpoint, straight up, you know what I'm saying? So this has pro creature, so we have to kill it. So we're gonna play our Dryad. Gonna Valakut, suck this. Get another one of these. Send 2 of those there. So I actually don't know how this works. So we're gonna figure this out together, folks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna send this twice here. I assume that what's gonna happen is with the first trigger, the Hyena Umbra is gonna fall off, and then the second one is gonna deal 3 damage. Yeah, okay, so it worked as I thought. So now we're going to play this, and we're going to... Oh, I guess I can't bog them. That's hilarious. I have to bog myself. So that, and I guess we're just going to target that one anyway. Bogging myself feels bad, man. Is this my job? Right now it is. Right now it is, which is in big part why I'm having the discussion that I'm having right now, right? Need to turn off auto yes for Valakut. No, we're just going to blow up the ley line. It's more efficient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You say when you play non-Titan decks your numbers win, or is that an outdated metric? That is kind of an outdated metric at this point. Florahedron. All right, Bagels. This one, this one. Should I bring a Spirit against Bagels? I guess pretty good against core draws. Eidolon is also kind of interesting. Maybe on the play. On the draw, it doesn't excite me too much. Good luck, Maldrota. But yeah, when I see a streamer like Spike, for example, he's consistently a trophy leader. He is consistently just like getting good results and brewing decks. And what do all of Spike's decks have in common? They're playing blue, right? They're playing cantrips. They're playing Cryptic Command. So maybe I have to turn into a tryhard stream, you know? Tempest will think over the follow. Yeah, exactly. Like I tried being Titan guy, and it's been great. I've had a lot of fun being Titan guy, and I've definitely seen a lot of success being Titan guy. But now that Titan is kind of, you know, not helping me out too much in terms of getting those Ws, maybe it's time to pivot. Maybe it's time to try something different. It's a definition of like madness, or yeah, like just being crazy, like craziness, which is to like do the same thing and expect a different result, right? So at that point, probably might be time to try something new. Well, I'm not gonna play around. I'm not gonna play around Boyle from this opponent, though at this point I just don't know what to expect anymore. Let's think Giant. We got white sources aplenty. Okay, so we're gonna be able to path the Luras, which is nice that we can destroy this. Hope you're ready for that main deck, Chow. Okay, this is game 2. Donnie! Gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Thank you so much, Donnie. Really appreciate the continued support. Seal of Primordium. Alright, so we're going to Apparition here. The Spirit Umbra. The Spirit Mantle, I guess. And then... oh, I guess I messed up my sequencing a little bit here. Should I think I want to play a Knight of Autumn. Just blow up the Umbra. Actually, maybe I should have done it the other way around. So if my opponent plays Loras, they can't. If they draw land, they can't play the 1-drop. But yeah, Tempest Blue, Sileek, Solnox, JTW88, and Costello FTW. All of you, thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Okay. So we're gonna set a stop on draw step. Play a Dryad. Swing for 4. No trades. Coward. Path you. What am I changing? I am considering playing more competitive decks instead of this being the Titan stream. I am thinking about broadening my horizons. Let's put it that way. Thinking about basically playing more blue decks, if that makes sense. Playing more blue decks so I can do more winning. A little bit of a pivot in philosophy. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, like Titan is always gonna be near and dear to my heart, right? So, but what I'm trying to say is you can expect, you might need to expect less Titan streams, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're winning this race. That's cool. My opponent might have another path for this Skyclave, which means that then I would be trading for... Oh, the sneaky Dryad Arbor. Sneaky Dryad Arbor. Man, I feel like I just have to hold on to this guy. Like, it just makes field as a draw so much better for us. You're down. Glad to hear I have your support, Donnie. I appreciate that. Alright, so that's a Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let's go get that one. Just have a permanent know thy enemy. Yeah, exactly. We just become the know thy enemy stream. Easy. Have you thought about changing your commentary style? You have a similar approach to commentary as a few other streamers of similar popularity. What are you talking about, Tempest Blue? Like, what do you have in mind? Like, how is that the case? That's probably going to be a lot more challenging. Like, I just talk the way I talk, you know? When I teach lessons, this is how I talk, this is how I speak. And this is what I do, this is how I explain my reasoning. So that seems like a lot harder to do. Like, changing the way you are is a lot harder than changing what you do. Particularly because I don't hate playing blue decks. Like, honestly, if Primeval Titan had never been printed, I would definitely play blue decks. Like, what lessons do I teach? I teach drums. I'm a drummer. And the problem when you're changing something like that is I think that it's probably gonna be a lot more counterproductive. Because at that point you're just forcing yourself to be something that you're not. So at that point, streaming becomes a lot tougher. Like, for example, if I were like hype guy, you know, like, yo, what's up, everybody? This is, you know, like, it's just like I I'm okay, but like I don't speak screaming. Like I speak screaming like an Argentinian speaks screaming or an Italian speaks screaming, but I'm not like, you know, overly hyped all the time. Like for example, like Anurag. Anurag is like overly hyped all the time, but that's just who he is. Like he doesn't force himself to be like overly excited at all points. Like, that's just he is like that. So Chino 19190, thank you for that follow. So that's the thing, you know, it's a lot like forcing the way you do things is, or like forcing who you are. Like in the end, that's what it is, right? Like people are here and they either like who I am or they don't like who I am. But when I'm streaming, that's what it is. I'm Italian from everything. Oh yeah, I'm very well aware. Yeah. So this is probably Shadow. So I think I want to explore here as opposed to activating Reclaimer. And I guess I don't want to attack because they might be playing Shadow. Wow. My opponent is living in a very special place. I love it. Kasei, as newer viewer, I like the style and the fact that it is similar seems to be just Magic player lingo. And it's very inviting. Okay, so thank you, Chino. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I'm probably not gonna be able to change. Like, that's just not really a possibility. What I can change is the fact that, you know, just like how much I'm owning my opponent right now. This is the second league. This is the second league, Newton, yeah. Nice little ball we got there. So we're gonna get a couple of Sumbos here. Reclaimer still has Vesuva. We're doing good. Am I gonna play the weekend's challenge? Maybe, maybe not. Usually during the weekend, it's kind of tough for me sometimes because I do other stuff. So that's why you don't see me playing the challenges very often. Are we boiling here? Probably don't want to boil. Just play Blue Titan. Yeah, that's something that my mind was going towards. Like when Canister started playing that deck, I do follow Canister streams a lot, and when he started doing that, I'm like, huh. We might be onto something here. Do you post your content on YouTube? Yeah. Everything gets uploaded there. Yeah, this hand seems a little bit too bad. This hand is, I guess, fine. Yeah, this is a fine hand. Maybe I should have bottomed the apparition there. Like, it seems like my opponent has a bunch of discard spells over there. Our favorite top 8 was with 4 main the Condescending Amulet. Just a pitch of blue and no one expected it. That sounds funny. It's pretty good. We're back to playing some Amulet after a few days of different Reclaimer versions. Man, it feels good to haste Titan on turn 3. I don't know if you saw it, Fram, but I got the turn 1 Titan today. Yeah, I saw it. It was kind of awesome. That is kind of amazing. Yeah. Very smart that I didn't bring in my boils against this. Clearly, I'm very well prepared in my sideboarding to beat Esper nonsense, whatever my opponent's doing over there. I think I'm supposed to crack here. I just need business. Oh, it just drew nothing. Simian Spirit Guide is a hell of a drug, folks. Yeah. Target legendary creature gains fear until end of turn. Wow. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh yes. Tap that blue mana, opponent. Tap that blue. Damn it. I mean, I'm gonna jam anyway, right? I'm probably gonna uptick this as well. They totally have like a gust or something. If they have Mana Leak, that really sucks, but if they have Mana Leak, it really sucks. But if they have Remand or Gust, we just have to fight through it anyway, so it's no big deal. Don't leak me. Disdainful Stroke. Disdainful Stroke? In this day and age. Okay. My opponent really is living in the past out there. Am I supposed to blow this up? I think I'm supposed to blow this up right now. Because they could have like Upset that in hand that they were just not unable to cast. Playing Murloc Warlock. I don't even know what that is, but that sounds great. Murderous Cut. Hell yeah, my opponent really went into the trade binder. They really went digging into the trade binder to build their deck. Wow, look at that end step. Discard and Lingering Souls for value! Wow. I'm so jealous of my opponent right here. Goryo's back. Jace. Jace minus. Discard Gristle Daddy. Goryo's it back. I love what my opponent's doing over there. My opponent is the real hero. No arguments. No arguments. My opponent is the real hero. Yeah, let's just present the same. I will not take any arguments. My opponent is the hero. Yeah, let's ship this. And let's keep this one, I guess. I'm gonna bottom the Redundant Titan. And I feel like I'm playing out the Florahedron on one. I'd rather have a stable mana base as opposed to one that my opponent can bolt. It can push or something. Even minted its time machine into a black 5 years. Yep. And I love it. I love every single second of it. I am loving every single second of it. Boom. No yard. Got him. Reclaimer, let's go. They can't ever beat a relic. It seems like it wouldn't be particularly easy for them to beat a relic, I'll say as much. Ashiok, Lingering Souls. Confirm Black Sack. Confirmed Laxac. What are we doing here though? Field the Sanctuary and then we just bounce the Sanctuary? Or Field Vesuva? More reason to play Ground Seal. Wow. Everything makes sense right now, Newton. You were playing around the Lingering Souls Esper meta. So smart. So smart. So I guess we don't care about Ashiok. Guess I'm just getting a Valakut or a Sanctuary. Sanctuary is kind of interesting, gives me one more trigger. Let's just get a Valakut. It just makes my Dryad draws a lot better. All right. We won 50 PBs. I don't know about this card. It doesn't seem great. But I think I'm gonna run it one more time. I have to, like, I want to get paired against some combo decks and see what Spirit of Labyrinth's doing. Maybe Cutting Purges is not great. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me for this league. We're gonna play another one, so don't be discouraged and don't go anywhere. We're gonna play another one, and then we will be right back. So see you later. Bye bye.